Hey everybody, it's Jerry, and today I'm going to show you how to make something that's going to be great for the holidays, a really good dessert that's going to be vegan and gluten-free. It's going to be a strawberry coconut jelly roll. So the very first thing we're going to do is make the jelly filling for it, and I've got 2 cups of chopped strawberries in a saucepan, and I'm going to add to that 1/3 cup of maple syrup. And then just shake that around a little bit, and then we're going to put the lid on and just cook this over low heat until the strawberries cook down to kind of a jelly consistency, and then we're going to let that cool, and then we'll come back and do the remainder. Okay? Alright, we're back, and we have our strawberry mixture which has been cooked down. It's pretty much at room temperature now. We're going to stick this in the refrigerator to chill. So all of our ingredients, we need to be really chilled when we use them. So put that aside for the moment. And what I have here is a bowl with about 1/2 cup of Earth Balance, soy-free Earth Balance. And we're just going to cream that like you would cream butter. And then we're going to add to that 3 tablespoons of sugar. This is organic sucanat, which is just dehydrated cane juice, so pretty simple, pure sugar. And then just mix that with the Earth Balance. And then we're just going to put that aside for a moment, and we're going to mix up our dry ingredients. So we're going to start with 1/3 cup of garbanzo bean flour, and then 1/3 cup of brown rice flour, and 1/3 cup of arrowroot starch, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And then we're just going to mix that together. And then we're going to add that into the Earth Balance mixture. And mix that up. And then we're going to add 3/4 cup of almond milk. And mix that all together. And just check your consistency. You want a good cake batter type consistency, so if it's a little bit too thin, add some more arrowroot starch. If it's a little bit too thick, add more almond milk. But you want to get a nice cake battery consistency. And then we're going to take a cookie sheet which has been lined with parchment paper, and we're going to pour the batter onto the parchment. We want to get a nice rectangular shape out of it, so we're going to spread it out in as squared off as a shape as we can get, nice and thin. And then we're going to bake this at 375 degrees for about 15 minutes. Watch it very carefully. You do not want it to get overcooked. You don't want it to get too stiff. You want to make sure that it stays pliable. So don't overcook it. So just keep checking it. But it should be around 15 minutes, and we'll come back. Okay, we're back, and our cake is now completely cooked. And so what we're going to do is roll it up so that it stays in its shape that we want it. So we're just going to lift the parchment paper and just carefully roll it up. Okay, so you have your roll in the paper, and then we're just going to set that aside to cool and go on to our next step. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is make our whipped cream, and this is going to be a vegan coconut cream, coconut whipped cream. And we're going to start with is a can of coconut milk, just what you find in your grocery store, and leave it in the refrigerator for at least 2 days. Just let it sit there. Do not shake it up or anything. Just let it sit there. And then we're going to open it, and let's take a look. So when we open it, you'll notice that all of the really thick cream rises to the top and the water settles down to the bottom. So we're going to just, with a spoon, just scoop off the thick part on the top and put it into a bowl. And then we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar. And then just whip that like you would whip regular whipped cream. So we have nice stiff peaks like you would with whipped cream, or it's not really peaks, but it's just nice and thick. And we're just going to put that in the refrigerator to chill while we're waiting for everything else to chill. So once everything is nice and cool, we'll come back and assemble it all. So now we are ready to assemble everything. So we have our cake, which is rolled up, so we're just going to unroll that. And then we're going to take our strawberry mixture and just spread it evenly over the surface of the cake. And then we're going to take about 2/3 of the whipped cream and spread that on top of the strawberry mixture. And then we're going to roll this up again, but this time without the paper. And then we're going to cut off the ends. And then place it onto a serving tray. And we're going to cover the rest of this with the rest of the, or cover the roll with the rest of the whipped cream. And then finally we're going to take some shredded coconut and just sprinkle that on top. And there you have the finished product. So just chill, slice, and serve. And try it yourself at home and enjoy.